Thank you. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Syamasundar Radha Syamasundar Shri Radhe Jaya Radha Madhava Shri Radhe Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jam Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parivrajakacarya Ashtotara Shata Shri Srimad Divangas Abhay Charnaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda Ki Jai Samvita Bhakta Vindiki Jai Nitai Gau Premanande Haribo. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna everyone. Welcome to our Sunday feast. This is the first Sunday feast for the auspicious month of Karthik, which started on Thursday, if I remember right. So we'll go on for about 4 weeks. And the series that Amrita Keli decided we're going to talk about are speaking about the potent activities to perform during this month. There's actually 5 potent activities. And the one that I decided to start with is Japa, or Japa, or private chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. If you don't mind, to confess, how many of you have a practice of japa every day? Okay, so about 95%. And the topic is harnessing the benefit of this month, Karthik. This month is very auspicious. So I'll say a few things about why this month is auspicious, and we'll delve a little bit into this topic of japa. It's a very vast topic, and for a Sunday feast talk, it'll have to be very condensed. So if there's things that you will want to explore and go deeper with, we can certainly talk about it after the session together. So, Karthik month is one of 12 months in the year, lunar months of the year, and is known as Karthik because it is, another name for Karthik or Kartika is Radharani. And this month is actually Srimati Radharani's month. Another name for this month is Urja. Urja is also referring to Radharani. So sometimes you may hear the devotees are observing Urja Vrata. Another name for this month is Damodar. Damodar month, which is, who is Damodar? Krishna. So this is both Radharani and Krishna's month. You couldn't get any more special than it, can you? The divine couple, this is their month. So any activity, according to the Skanda Purana and many other scriptures, any spiritual activity done in this month provides unlimited benefit. So what spiritual activity should we do? They say water seeps to the lowest level. So we try to find the easiest way out sometimes, which is offer at least a lamp to Damodar in the evenings. Okay, we will do that minimally. Some of our acharyas have performed amazing kinds of austerities during this month. And I want to share with you a few things. It is said, by the way, there are 64 items of devotional service, and one of those 64 items of devotional service, which is captured in Nectar of Devotion, which is the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu by Srila Rupa Goswami, captured in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the 64 items of devotional service, also captured in this book called Narad Bhakti Sutra. In all 3 of them, following, observing some kind of vrata or some kind of austerity, some kind of vow for this month is one of those items of 64 items of devotional service. And And out of those 64 items of devotional service, there are 5 that are most important. Chanting the holy name, studying or hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, serving the Vaishnavas, worshipping the deity. In fact, there's a deity worship seminar going on for the last 10 days, pretty intense seminar. Jai Shri Radha Syamasundar Radha Madhav Ki Jai. And the last one is staying in a holy place, or staying specifically in Mathura district. So these are the 5 most potent forms of devotional service. All 5 weeks, starting from today, we'll cover each one of them in succession. And out of those 5, 2 are the most important, especially for those who are in household life. How many of you are married and in household life? Gosh, you lucky dude. Those who are in household life, it is recommended these 2 are the most important. Chanting the holy name and? Which one? Deity worship? Guesses? Any other guesses? Deity worship? Anyone else? No. Out of the 5 most potent forms of devotional service, there's 2 most important for grihastha, for family men, women. Chanting the holy name and? Bhagavatam? Vaishnava Seva. Yeah, she spoke to Mahaprabhu right before this class, so she knows that. This is Mahaprabhu's indication. For the grihastha, the 2 most important are chanting the holy name and Vaishnava Seva. I was really debating one of those 2 because both are very inspirational for me personally. But Japa is something I've been studying recently. It's my 7th journey trying to study this book called the Japa book by Burijan Prabhu. It's a very powerful book on how to improve and go deeper in our daily practice of Japa. It is said that 99% of one's advancement in Krishna consciousness comes from Japa. That's a pretty high percentage. So, here's from an article of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, how to observe Karthik month. Okay? This is Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Prabhupada's spiritual master's father, or Prabhupada's spiritual master's father. This is Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He says, every day during this month, one must rise upon the last hour of the night. Meaning, just before the crack of dawn, before twilight. Or not twilight, dawn, specifically. Purify oneself, take a bath and so forth, and perform Mangal Arati of Sri Krishna. Then, after bathing in the morning, one should worship Lord Damodar. At night, one should light brilliant lamps filled with either ghee or sesame seed oil and place them in these places, in the Lord's temple, around the base of tulsi plants, and in the sky. I have no idea what that means. How do you place lamps in the sky? Oh, the hanging diya. I thought you were saying, those airplanes that fly and advertise something. Anyway, okay. Keep moving. During the month of Karthik, one should eat only vegetarian foodstuff. Probably easy for most people here. And Bhagwad's prasad, remnants. One should renounce excessive eating and excessive sleeping. Plus avoid all oil. Avoid using oil, wine, and bell metal utensils. Bell metal utensils. Brass metal, After honoring prasad, one should hear or recite scriptures headed by Srimad Bhagavatam in the company of Vaishnavas. And the final, there should be incessant Harinam Kirtan and Smarana. This is how Bhaktivinoda Thakur recommends to follow Damodar month. The final day of Damodar month, one should fast from everything including water, stay awake all night absorbed in Krishna Katha, and on the next day, after purifying oneself and engaging in Hari Kirtan, one should serve the Lord's prasad to one's dearmost, intimate Vaishnava associates, and when they are finished, one may honor prasadam. So the last day of Karthik, Bhaktivinoda Thakur recommends spend it with your most dear Vaishnava devotees, your intimate devotees who you have a lot of love and faith in, trust in. How did Prabhupada recommend celebrating or observing Karthik month? One devotee asked Prabhupada a question about this. This is captured in a book by Lokanath Swami. This is the beginning of Urja Vrata. Can you describe what that is and how it should be observed? Prabhupada replied, Urja Vrata, you chant Hare Krishna 24 hours a day for 1 month, that's all. The devotees laughed. And Guru Das chanted, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Prabhupada continued, yes, don't sleep, don't eat. This is Urja Vrata. Can you execute it? The devotee replied, I don't know. This provoked more laughter. So according to Gautamiya Tantra, Karthik is particularly meant for mantra siddhi. That means that this month is meant for perfection in chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. And the goal, the perfection of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra is the goal of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra is to chant more. Okay, very good. That's one way to look at it. Love is to develop Krishna prema, right? The goal of chanting Hare Krishna is to develop love for God in the heart. So I am building something in my mind which I haven't got to a visual diagram, so I don't have a PowerPoint today. But as I'm studying the Japa book for maybe 6th or 7th time now, there's a very clear map of how one progresses on the path of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. Many of us have taken up this process of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. But what does the road ahead look like? When we turn on our GPS to head towards, let's say from Chicago to Indianapolis, we can see the entire length of the distance that we have to travel, and then where are the various areas that we might hit roadblocks, and where the areas we might speed up, and things like that, right? So what is the journey map, or what I'm calling now the Japa journey map, JJM, look like? So hopefully someday, if with your blessings, I can present it in a way that can be assimilated by the devotees. It's there, it's already there, but the acharyas have presented it. You just have to maybe pictorially look at it. That's what the map looks like. And that's where I'm at. And what to expect in the next stage. So the Japa journey map is actually encoded in a series of verses given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu known as the Sri Shikshashtaka. And the devotees have meditated on this, including Bhaktivinoda Thakur has provided elaborate instructions of what that map looks like. In the book called Bhajan Rahasya, in his book Harinam Chintamani, and of course in the Japa book, and other books that speak about Japa, there is a gradual progression in the most powerful meditation process of this age. I say that with some conviction, because about 4 years ago I did a little research. I was living in Skokie, near the Chicago temple, and I visited a number of meditation centers in and around the Chicago area to understand how people teach meditation and what is their practice and what do they learn. And my investigation resulted in realizing that Everything that they had in any meditation center I had gone to is included in our practice of japa. And the experience that one has with chanting japa, I have found that any other meditation practice, I tried some of these other meditation practices, they don't have the juice. They just don't cut it. So with some personal conviction, this japa, this chanting of Hare Krishna, personal chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra is our most powerful process of meditation in this day and age. So, how do we start? Like, what does it look like? So, Shikshashtakam number 1 presents 7 glories of the holy name. And many of you may be familiar with them, but for the purpose of rounding off this conversation here, I will elaborate a little bit. So the 7 glories or benefits of the holy name, of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. Number 1 is Cheta Darpana Marjanam. Cheto Darpana Marjanam Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam. The heart, Cheta Darpana Marjanam, the mirror of the heart. Cheta Darpana. Darpana means mirror. So the mirror of the heart is cleansed. Burijan Prabhu in his book explains, imagine you have a mirror and the mirror has 30 kilometers, I could say miles, 30 miles of dust. Now 30 miles is between here and let's say downtown Chicago, of dust. And you start scratching the dust to figure out where are you. It can take a little bit of time. So some people may feel, I'm chanting japa for 2 months, nothing's happening. How long does it take to rub off dust that goes 30 miles long? Yeah? Cheto Darpana Marjanam, it cleanses the heart, one gets to see the self. It's a very similar message in the Yoga Sutras as well. As one's Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha, as the Chitta Vritti, the swirling of the mind, starts to calm down, slow down a little bit, one can see in the depth of the ocean and can see the bottom of the ocean. You can see who you are. Similar kind of analogy, that as you cleanse the mirror of the heart, you can see who you are. How wonderful. Sometimes we think, how dare they insult me? Don't they know who I am? More importantly, we probably don't know who we are. Right? The next is Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam, that the forest fire of material existence, the angst, the pain, the annoying nature of this world, the really painful nature of this world starts to subside. It's like a forest fire. Everywhere around me is burning. And it really feels like this, especially if you watch the news or if you talk to somebody and you ask them, how are you? And they don't just respond with, I'm fine, how are you? No, they actually respond with what's going on in their life, honestly. It's like, oh my God. Jise na pucho, wohi sukhi. There's a phrase that my mother-in-law taught me. It's very true. Everyone's life has a lot of stuff in it. We do, one of my services, as Ganganayan was saying, is life crisis and grief counseling. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's like, most persons, not everyone, most persons have layers of struggle that they're going through. And it's not easy to live in this material world. It's not easy. Jai Shri Radha Syamasundar ki jai. Thank God we have them. They make it a little easier to live in this world. So Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam, it reduces the... what's that? Apologies. Oh, thank you. Hare Krishna. So, Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam, Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam, that the white lotus of good fortune starts to expand. One starts to see the self. That's what it is the good fortune of one's life starts to expand. Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam, Vidya Vadhu Jivanam. The life of transcendental knowledge, the wife of the life of transcendental knowledge is the chanting the holy name. Meaning, through chanting the holy name, transcendental knowledge awakens within the heart. We actually see what is what. We get out of victimhood. We get out of thinking that people are trying to disturb me. Or things like that. You get to see what life is. Everyone's just struggling, is what it is. Everyone's just struggling. We may happen to cross in front of someone's life and get a little bit of their struggle, and we whine and complain. But really, everyone's struggling. So that's Vidya Vadhu Jivanam. We see everyone as spiritual beings inhabiting material bodies. Vidya Vadhu Jivanam, Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam. It expands the ocean of happiness. Pratipadam Purnamrita Swadhanam. At every step one can taste aswada, the taste, the nectar. And Sarvatma Snapanam. It completely bathes the soul. Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. All glories to the Hare Krishna mantra. So that's text 1. So, that's the first part of the journey. We hear all of this, and we get excited, and we take up the chanting process. Yes, this sounds great. I'm going to add it to my life. I remember when I first started chanting, devotees will tell me, you should chant. And I was thinking in my head, you chant, leave me alone. I had this streak. It's like, don't push me to something, attract me to something, right? And this is attractive, the 7 benefits of the holy name. And so I remember hearing the glories of the holy name and hearing the benefits and being attracted. Not somebody telling me to, but I was just like, oh, maybe I should try this out. And then I asked a devotee, the same devotee who was telling me to chant, could you give me some beads, please? They were like, what? So I got some beads, started chanting. I haven't stopped since. And I found some very powerful experiences through that. Anyway, so that's the beginning. That's the start of the journey. We hear the glories of the holy name and we chant. Then as the journey continues, the second verse of Shikshashtakam comes. Nam namakari bahuda nija sarva shakti tatrarpita nimata smaranena kala etadashi tava kripa bhagavan mamapi durdevam idrisham ihajani nanuraga. So Mahaprabhu is, actually these are spoken by Mahaprabhu, and he doesn't just teach it. Mahaprabhu is tasting these verses in the very last chapter of the Chaitanya Charitamrita, and he starts crying. My Lord, your holy names are so powerful. We just heard 7 glories. It's so amazing, and each and every one of your names can uplift us and destroy all our sins and all of that. But me, Nanuraga, Durdevam, I'm so unfortunate that I have no taste. When I get done with my rounds that I vowed that I should do, that I'm committed to myself, I'm done with my rounds, I leave my beats thinking, finally I got done. I have no taste. Prabhupada, there was a story of Prabhupada where one devotee was sitting next to him. Prabhupada finished chanting his rounds and he said with a big smile, finally, I'm done with my rounds and I can do any damn thing I want. He was teasing the devotee because that's sometimes how we might look at our rounds. And you said, right, the goal of chanting is more chanting. So one of the symptoms of taste is if after I've done with my rounds, there's a pull at the heart that goes, I want to keep going. I don't want to stop. That's taste. And Mahaprabhu is exemplifying our stage where you go, I have no taste. So why we don't have any taste? Why? So, it's a rhetorical question. I'm going to answer the question. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains that there are 4 things that make us have no taste. The first one is Tattva Vibhrama. Tattva means truths of life. Vibhrama, Vibhrama. Brahma means mistaken or mistake. Vibhrama means befooled, completely mistaken. So Tattva Vibhrama means not having clarity about what is real in life. What does that mean? Like not knowing what is real. There's a few things. Number 1. The first is not recognizing how insignificant I am. When we're in material life, in material consciousness, we have no clue about our insignificance. Very rarely does one contemplate the position of the self within the ocean of material energy. There's even just think about the Earth planet, a huge Earth planet, right? Any one continent is huge. Any one country in a continent is huge. Any one city, like Chicago, 9 million people. Oh my goodness. In our 9 million people, there's multiple towns. There's one town, Naperville, and that Naperville town, there's one street, McDowell Street. In that one street, there's one building. In that one building, we happen to be sitting there. And we might think we are significant. In so many ways, we are insignificant. Our tininess, we don't even control the body we have. We don't control the intelligence we have. We don't control when our intelligence stops functioning. We don't control when our body stops functioning. We don't control the money we have. We think we might, if you do day trading and stuff like that. There are so many things that are not in our control. Our insignificance is utterly insignificant, really. 100 years from now, who's going to remember our name? Tell me. Maybe our grandparents grandchildren, if we have grandchildren, or great-grandchildren, will try to map out, okay, what was the name of that great-grandfather? Yamuna what? Like what? I have no clue. Personally, I have no clue who my great-grandfather was. I barely knew my great-grandfather. Okay, how about 200 years from now? Would we be completely disappeared into oblivion? When does the Earth planet disintegrate? They say another billion years, another 13 billion years or so. We got halfway of life of the sun, if the scientists are right. Our life is utterly insignificant. So Tattva Vibhrama is one of the first stages of having no taste. So thinking oneself to be very significant, that the world should revolve around me, the weather should revolve around me. Now why is it so hot all of a sudden? My husband or my wife should revolve around me. That's probably the most difficult to work with. My children should do what I say. My colleagues at work, my colleagues at school, should revolve around me and my interests. My desires are the center of the universe. Like, when did that happen and why? It makes no sense whatsoever. Tattva Vibhrama. Another one. So that was one of 7 different ways we have Tattva Vibhrama, and I'm quite aware of time. My ability to explain all of this is utterly insignificant. And time is also. We mistake other people. That's another way of Tattva Vibhrama. We see people as demons sometimes, or as enemies and friends. We divide people as, this is person who likes me, and this person who doesn't like me. So this person who likes me is my friend, this person who doesn't like me is my enemy. Even if we're in the same place of worship, serving Radha Syamasundar, there's this sense of enmity. It may be subtle, but some envious. How come they got that service and I didn't? How come they are able to be so successful making a flower garland and I don't? How come they're so successful playing a mridanga in just a few years, and I've been around the movement for 20 years and I still can't do what he did? You know, like we have these contemplations. We see people for their skills. We see them as their bodies. We see them as, they're so pretty, they're so beautiful. And we don't really see who the real person is. That their souls sojourning in that body, and Krishna has given them some ability temporarily, and He'll take away those abilities. Just like Krishna has given me some ability temporarily, and will take it away. So Tattva Vibhrama. Anyway, I won't go too much more, but there's other facets of Vibhrama, or not understanding reality, that makes us have no taste. Remember, that's our topic, is why we have no taste. The first one, Tattva Vibhrama. The second one, Asat Trishna. Asat, Sat means reality. Asat means non-real. Trishna means thirst. You're attracted to it. You have this, I want it. Like you might see a chocolate cake. Make it better, chocolate cheesecake. And you get this Trishna, I want it. That's Trishna, Asat Trishna. There's different facets of Asat Trishna. Material comforts, nice bed, nice home, especially living out in the suburbs, I tell you, not the nice homes, it's just a little too much. Heavenly pleasures, mystic powers, wanting to control other people sometimes, that's a mystic power. Freedom from suffering or liberation, that's another feature of Asat Trishna. The third one is, this is a very important one in many devotees' experience. It's called Hridaya Dorbalyam, weakness of heart. And there are different facets of weakness of heart. Number one is to be Tuchha Sakti, to be attracted to that which is Tuchha. Tuchha means dirty, not helpful for our spiritual growth. Stuff that is just putrid, just like nonsense. And we all know what that might be. Tuchha Shakti, Asakti to Tuchha. That is attachments to objects unrelated to Krishna. Hridaya Dorbalam. We know we shouldn't be attached to these bad habits, but we're attached to these bad habits. The second one is deceit, fault-finding, envy. And the third one is wanting fame, wanting glory, wanting some kind of appreciation. It's a basic human need in one sense. At the same time, if it drives our decisions and our relationships, then that can actually hurt us. It's known as a weakness of heart. So actually, if someone is actually wanting fame, either ourselves or others, recognize that's a weakness of heart. Hridaya Dorbalyam. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, one must be especially, out of everything, be especially careful of this one. And then the fourth reason we don't have taste is aparadha. Aparadha is to not consider that the holy name is actually Krishna. It's a person right in front of us. That he's, Prabhupada would say, Krishna is dancing in your trunk as you're chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. Like Krishna is right there. So Krishna as a person, the devotees are very dear to Krishna, so if we criticize devotees, that's also aparadha. So these four things block us from getting that taste that we were talking about and to make progress in the spiritual path. That's stage 2 of the journey map. You see that? Journey map, the stage 1 was chant, the stage 2 is, I have no taste. And what's the reason? These are the 4 reasons. So what to do? The next stage, or the journey map of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, or the Japa journey map, is 2 things to help ourselves. Number 1 is avoid criticizing devotees, just like get away from it. Just, cut it out from one's life. The second is to pay attention to the Hare Krishna mantra. And I'll end with this because of time. That we simply try our best to listen to the mantra. And the present mantra, not some other mantra in the past. Oh shoot, I didn't chant, I wasn't attentive that whole round, and the mind starts to lament about that. Or the mind says, oh wow, I just caught myself. For the next 5 rounds I'm going to be serious about it, and I'm going to be very attentive. No, stay present just with the mantra at this moment, to just listen to that mantra in a humble space of mind. State of mind, humble state of mind too. Just try to listen to the Hare Krishna mantra. Let's try to do that. We'll do it only one time. Let's see if you're able to stay present with the mantra. Know that the mind will start thinking about, okay, what are others doing? Are they chanting well along with me? What time is prasadam anyway? Let's try just pay attention to the Hare Krishna mantra. And in stepping back a little bit, this practice is to get benefit during this entire month of Karthik that we have. Prabhupada said, chant Hare Krishna all day long. What does that mean? To pay attention to the mantra all day long. Let's just try for about 30 seconds. Close your eyes, take deep breaths. This is between you and Krishna, it's private. This is not a practice for some other time or some other space. This is Krishna is in your heart, He's hearing you. Give Him an opportunity to embrace you with His holy name, the sound of His holy name. He wants our love. So in this mood of wanting to connect with Krishna, to embrace the holy name, to taste the nectar of the name, because all sweetness can be found in Krishna's name. Chant together, but we chant privately, very softly to yourself. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, we'll pause there. Remember, this is between you and Krishna. And this investment of the Hare Krishna mantra, paying attention, is your telling Krishna, I want to be with you. I'm serious about this relationship. I'm not just here to check the box that I've done my rounds or something like that. I'm here to be with you. And when we taste the sweetness of the holy name, you won't want to stop. So, I'll end with that. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. And see if there's any 1 or 2 questions. Can we take? Okay. 3 minutes. Hari Bol. Any comments, questions, thoughts? Yes, sir, if you want to speak up.
Krishna नाम Krishna Nam is important or Krishna is important?
Krishna Nam is important, or Krishna, they're the same. Abhinnatvam nama namino. Abhinna, it means non-different, nama and namino. That the nam, the name, and naminaha is that which the name is calling, that's Krishna himself. Abhinna, they're non-different. So it's a false dichotomy to say which is more important. But the acharyas address that question to say that of the two, Krishna or Krishna's name is more important because by Krishna's name one gets access to Krishna. He's more merciful than Krishna, even though they're the same. Haribol. One more? Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, it's a wonderful class, and I have one question about the Tucha Shakti.
Tucha Sakti, yeah.
So,
which is part of Hridaya Dorbalyam, which is one of the reasons we don't have, which is one of the Tattva Vibhrama, yes.
and in one of that is the fault finding.
Correct,
In someone, right? Usually it happens. It happens with many. Some of it will be with the closed ones, and if we don't do that, the correction will never happen, right? So,
how do you deal with offering correction while not fault finding?
Yeah.
That's a big topic. The foundational, to be able to do that, the foundational cultivation is deep appreciation for the other person. You know, sometimes in various training seminars they'll say sandwich feedback method. You give appreciation, then you give correction, then you give appreciation. It's very manipulative according to me. Because if you see someone doing that immediately, you know, okay, the real juice is in the middle. The top layer of the sandwich and the bottom layer of the sandwich is just so they can give you that message in the middle. If there's a trusting and appreciative relationship, you can just stray straight off what may be the issue. So behind offering correction is deep appreciation for the other person. If there's a desire in the heart to pull the person down, that is fault finding. If there's a desire in the heart to lift the other person up out of appreciation, affection, and respect, then that is genuine correction, genuine relationships. And we must, of course we must, offer some areas of correction. And I'm a little scared because he might start correcting me now for taking too much time. But this is a large topic. We can talk more about it later.
Thank you so much, bro.
Okay.
Because I have struggled with my kids, so.
Oh no, yeah, it's a duty of the father to correct. Prabhupada would say, duty of the father to correct, absolutely. But it should be done in a way that they receive it well also.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai and Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
What a beautiful class today. Thank you so much. I thought you would also be sharing about the cell phone japa and various kinds of flavors of japa, but I can really relate myself to the joy of completing japa. Right?
Yeah, me too.
so happy and satisfied that the 16 rounds is done. So again, I think thank you so much for the reminder. It's a very auspicious day. Auspicious month of Karthik, and one other, maybe being the MC, I probably deserve my own one question. So between Srila Prabhupada's recommendation of chanting 24 hours and Bhakti Vinod Thakur's recommendation, like what's your recommendation?
We follow our spiritual master,
Yeah.
who says, try to increase rounds primarily and offer lamp to Radha Damodar.
Thank you so much. So with that, I'll say that the lamp offering usually happens right after this class, but today we are going to have it at 7:30. So right after this, we'll be heading down for prasadam, for dinner. And before we head there, I just wanted to thank the sponsors for the Sunday feast. Sahu family, who is seeking blessings of Radha Syamasundar, Srila Prabhupada and all the Vaishnavas. Please come forward and accept a gift from His Grace Yamuna Jivana Prabhu. Anybody from Sahu family? Madhumati Devi Dasi, seeking devotees' blessings. Madhumati Devi Dasi. Haribo. Let us please chant one Mahamantra for these devotees who are very kindly seeking blessings of all the Vaishnavas and Shri Shri Radha Syamasundar. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Finally, I wanted to thank the devotees who actually prepared the dinner prasadam for us today. The cooking team is led by Pratibahu Prabhu, and the team members are Taryn, Elena, Saudat, Shraddha Mataji, Amalatmana Prabhu. And then the most, I would say, thankless and unseen activity, which is cleaning after all the cooking is done and everybody's had the prasadam. So the cleaning team is made up of Madhukar Prabhu, Sanatana Prema Prabhu, Naresh Patel Prabhu, Amit Pujari Prabhu, Mrityunjay Prabhu, Amalatmana Prabhu, Deepak Chaudhary Prabhu. So again, we couldn't have this wonderful Sunday feast without a very beautiful, nice discussion, but then topping it off with some really nice prasadam. And then, of course, leaving the kitchen better than, we found it. So again, please put your hands together and appreciate and thank the devotees who have prepared this dinner feast. So once again, 7:30 we are back here to offer the ghee lamp for Shri Shri Radha Damodar. Now we can head down for prasadam. Thank you so much. Oh, also we are seeking sponsors. Anybody would like to sponsor for Sunday feast or the entire day, please do contact Abhay Prabhu, who's here. Or you can also go onto the website and follow the instructions there. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Mandir.